You will succeed at anything. I mean, you won't succeed. It's impossible, right? That's it. You never heard that sometimes when you had a new idea? It's impossible. Or maybe you tell that to someone who tells you a new idea. We all did that. I heard this word a lot of things during my school time. I mean, my teacher always told me, it's impossible, it's not for you, Christian, you're not smart enough. It was true, my average says what I was, barely in the average. Less than the average, in fact. But anyway, I believe in a lot of things, and each time my teacher told me, it's impossible, it's not for you, you're not smart enough. And it became really more obvious when I found myself in front of the guidance counselor. He asked me, what do you want to do, Christian? Oh, I had a lot of ideas. I mean, I wanted to see the world, I wanted to be a field explorer, I wanted to write, I wanted to, and I tell him, I want to be an explorer. And he laughed a bit. And he told me, well, it's nice, Christian, nice, perfect, but, considering your average, and because you're good at sports, I have better options for you. Maybe sport teacher or policeman. Okay, sport teacher, policeman. You sure I can't be? No, it's perfect for you. Sport teacher, you're good at sport. It's what's made for you. And I tried to say a lot of things, and each time my teacher said the same thing. You have to be sport teacher. And finally, I accept it. And I tried an internship in sport teaching, and I even tried to be a policeman. I don't mean that it's a bad job, of course. It's fine jobs. It's just that I didn't fit myself inside the job. I didn't think I can spend my life in. And that's the idea that, in a way, we are predictive. Somebody can tell you what you are, what you will do, what you have to do. And a lot of people will tell you that. You have to do that. You're better in that. You're good at that, so try this. And this idea of predictive began really early. Even, there's some studies that say that. For example, there's the famous marshmallow test. You know it. It's really famous. I mean, a table in a room, a marshmallow on a bell on the table, and you take a 4-year-old kid, and you tell him, kids, that's very easy. I will get outside the room. If you can wait to eat the marshmallow before I come back, you will have a second one. But if you can't wait, you just have to ring the bell, and you can eat the marshmallow, but you won't have a second one. That's easy. And you come back 15 minutes later. And then you follow these kids for 30 years. And at the end, you realize that the one who ate the marshmallow succeeded less than the one who didn't eat the marshmallow. So I would have eaten the marshmallow for sure. I mean, guys, waiting for a second one, a whole bag, maybe, I don't know, but a second marshmallow, you have one, it's here. I would have ate it, for sure. And these studies, they are just tools. I mean, they are tools. They are interesting, but they are tools. You can use it in a lot of ways, but you can also use it to say that, okay, now we can know because we study people, how they will react, what they will be. And I can decide for you what you will be. And I can put you in a box. You ate, or you didn't eat the marshmallow, you're here or here. You, a woman or a man, you're here or there. You're from Asia or from Africa, you're here or here. That's easy. There's even studies saying that, well, some women are not good at math. So it's easy. Every woman are not good at math. So because they're not good at math, we stop teaching them math. It's not worth it. I mean, they're not good at math. That's so easy, because you see something on some people, you put everybody in the same box. And now, nice thing, even brain studies say mainly the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of studies saying that our brain is just algorithms. We are algorithms, meaning we can know everything about you. Because an algorithm, you can decrypt it. And if I decrypt the algorithm about you, I know everything about you. And much better. There's a study just got out early March saying that I can see in your brain the decision you will take 11 seconds before you know it. 11 seconds. That means, wow, I know better than you the decision you will take because I see in your brain the decision you will take 11 seconds before you. Again, it's a tool. It's maybe just that you take more time to express the decision than to take the decision. But I can also say that, well, it's not really your decisions. It's a decision made in your brain because there's a lot of things pushing you to take this decision, and it's not really your decision. And there's a lot of things pushing you. I mean, it's not a big thing you have to fight. It's a lot of things you hear, you see on the internet, you read books, people tell you, and they push you again and again in the same direction on the railroad. And now, that's even nicer. We have AI. And because we are algorithms, I can put every data on my computer where I have a big AI, and my AI will calculate all what you are, all what you will be, all what you will do for a person, for a crowd. And I will see the decision. I know better your decision, and maybe no, I will take decisions for you because I know you better than yourself. And I know before you the decision you will take. There's just one problem here. You know, mainly every brain studies about humans are made on animals, rats or monkey. And when not on animals, it's in a lab during simulations. So that's interesting, of course. It's good to do this kind of study. I'm not saying it's not good, but just you study exactly an isolated data. This one, exactly. But when you're in the street, when you walk, there's a lot of data. You hear things, you smell things, you see things, people talking to you. And all this data and information your brain has to deal with. It's much more than just one data. Much bigger, much stronger, much more difficult to analyze. And this actually, just our brain is able to do it. But still, because we know everything always, people think that they can decide for you what you are and what you will be. My teacher was an AI, but they did the same. Your average, your sport teacher. All the rest was impossible. And the time of impossibilities is the time of pessimism. The time you let your arm drop down even before you try, because it's impossible. And that's a problem now, a huge one, in fact, because we're facing the biggest amount of change we ever had in human history. I mean, we have technologies, new politics, wars, we have Trump, Bolsonaro, all these kind of things. And we have environment, all in the same time, climate change, pollutions. We're facing something so huge, we will have to take new kind of decisions. But how will we do that? I mean, it's so huge, it's so big, it's impossible. I mean, just look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. We are 7 billion people on this planet. We quite all live in cities, 75% live in cities. They never see nature, they just don't know what it is. We have this famous 1.5 degrees. We don't have to go above. We want more and more each day. All these numbers, all these facts, I receive every day testimony of people telling me that, Christian, it's done. It's too late. We won't succeed to save the planet. I mean, just look at the number. Just watch the fact. Numbers. They are, in a way, a bit like AI or teachers. They say a lot of things that you can maybe hear or not. For example, once I was in Patagonia on a Zodiac, and a big wave hit me, and I fall in the water. The water was 2 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees, and I didn't have any equipment. So I was alone in the water, 2 degrees, and in this kind of situation, you have 5 minutes to survive. 5 minutes, that's the number. And I watch around. and it was way too late. I mean, I was too far away of everything to get out in 5 minutes. My first reflex, my first thought was, I'm dead. I'm dead. So what do I do now? Do I use my 5 minutes to pray? I mean, the problem is I don't have a God to pray for. So, well, second option, I swim. And I swim again and again. 20 minutes later, I get out the water, alive. And I'm here to talk to you. Not because I'm stronger, smarter, or anything else than anybody, but because I try. Because I decided that I won't let a number tell me what's possible or not. And this is a decision I take when I was 26 years old. I tried a lot of things still there. I tried sport teacher, policeman, electronics, everything. But at 26, I decided that, gosh, I want to be an explorer. I need to try. Now, I'm an explorer. I led more than 30 expeditions all over the world in remote extreme area. I succeeded in 3 first world premiere. I reached some places where no human went before me. I wrote 10 books, and I direct comics books collections. I make the same amount of movies, and now I create and I lead a private research institute, which is the first in the world to do study about the change in the brain when you face a new kind of situations in real life situation. And we saw nice things, like during an expedition, the brain change when you face a new situation. This is a brain after 30 days in a new situation, in extreme conditions. All the red part is a place that changes the brain. Your brain is not last for good. It can change, it can evolve, it can create. That's the lesson here. Now it's my job to try to understand that. I'm not a sport teacher anymore. I try to understand what we are when facing changes. And we are able to do a lot of things. And I did all that, mainly for 3 reasons. First reason, and it's just a chance. I mean, my parents love me. And they love me enough to keep helping me even when they didn't understand me. And they didn't understand me a lot. But they're still loving me. And they give me, I owe them a lot because they teach me love. And now that I run brain studies, I saw in the brain the importance of emotions, and mainly positive emotions. When you have a positive emotions, you grave something in your brain which helps you to face quite any situations. And among these positive emotions, the more important is love. Just because, think for a minute. If you're facing a new kind of situation, something really difficult, something hard, a crisis, something you can't know, well, how can I get out of this? It's too hard. The only thing you have to try to get out of the situation is because there's something you love, or someone. Because it's the only reason to fight. Second reason, because I'm curious. And because I'm curious, I see a lot of things, I try a lot of things, I never think that I can't try things, and I do a lot of things. And if you're curious, it's the best way to grave in your brain a lot of different kind of things that you can use when you face a new situation. And the last is because I decided once that I will never, ever let anybody tell me what's possible or impossible. If I decide it's possible, I try. See, there's no big tools for superhero there. It's just love, curiosity, and trying. We have all that in us, right? Nothing new, nothing special. Just think for a minute now that we all try. something in our life. We all in this room decide that we put our brain together to try something. Your dream maybe, something you want to try in your life, but mainly also saving the planet. We put all our brain to try this with the curiosity to try some new things, some new way, some new directions. And we love enough what we are and what we will be to decide that there's nothing more important than to save our planet. And we can't do that because nothing lasts for good. Your brain, yourself, you can change whenever you want. And there's one sure thing. Pessimism didn't build anything. I don't know if you will succeed if you try, but I know you won't succeed if you don't try. And at the end, it's not because once you ate the marshmallow, but it's for good. Decisions is in your hand. Thank you.